Live from our studios on Karaba Avenue, this is the QTV Nightly News and I am Jules Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. Veteran politician Kalilu Singate, the last surviving member of the Gambia delegation at the 1961 Constitutional Conference at Lancaster, died at the weekend and was laid to rest following a state funeral on Monday. At the weekend, the ruling National People's Party held its IEC mandated biennial Congress at its party's regional bureau in Jara Soma, Lower River Region. The World Bank Country Office on Monday began 1 week's environmental and social training for personnel of project implementation units of all World Bank supported projects in the Gambia. As the 8th edition of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival looms nearer, we hear from the festival organizers on the pre-preparations. And in sports news, football remains by far the Gambia's most popular sport. However, in the North Bank region, the state of football pitches continues to be a concern for both coaches and players alike. These and other stories coming ahead. Do stay with us. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you are just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News. And veteran politician Kalilu Singate, the last surviving member of the Gambia delegation at the 1961 Constitutional Conference at Lancaster, died at the weekend and was laid to rest following a state funeral on Monday. Here is an excerpt of Gambia's Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow.
As we stand here in solemn reflection, we recall the legacy of a leader who was not only a cornerstone in the establishment of our nation's educational framework, but also a steadfast advocate for independence and development. Honorable Alhaji Kalilu Singate's journey into public life started at the Audit Department as clerk until 1962, when he contested the Lower Badibu constituency seat under the People's Progressive Party ticket. Elected to Parliament in 1962, he was an active backbencher known for his strong stand against apartheid, Ian Smith's Rhodesia, and other minority-wide rule in Africa. He was a crucial part of the Gambian delegation at the Marlborough House Constitutional Talks in London, where he stood firm alongside his colleagues advocating for our nation's right to self-governance. His dedication during these talks was a testament to his commitment to seeing the Gambia thrive as a sovereign state. For his strong pro-independence stance in those talks, which mirrored that of his party, Honorable Alhaji Kalilu Singate became one of our founding fathers. This conference and his attendance, together with Sadauda, the late Sirif Mustafa Diba, the late Sirif Sekuba Sise, the late Pierre Sam Njai, the late I.M. Gaba Jahumpa, and other Gambian independence heroes, shows a strong attachment to constitutionality by our founding fathers, a virtue which we remain attached as strong today as then. From 1968, Honorable Kalilu served as the Minister of Education, where he was instrumental in laying the groundwork for an educational system that aimed to ensure accessibility and quality education for all.
May his soul rest in perfect peace. Now, the ruling National People's Party held its IEC mandated biennial Congress at its party's regional bureau in Jara Soma, Lower River Region, to discuss the current state of the party and outline their vision for the future. QTV's Aliou Cisse tells us more.
President Barrow, who doubles as the Secretary General and party leader of the NPP, arrived at the non-elective Congress in Jarasoma on Saturday with a strong message of unity and steadfast commitment to the ideals and goals of the party. The Congress was attended by delegates from the regions, the diaspora, invited partners and representatives of the Independent Electoral Commission. Addressing the delegates, President Barrow called on NPP supporters to embrace the spirit of tolerance, unity, and do away from all forms of divisive political tactics, particularly on social media.
For now, we must rise above unethical behavior, divisive political tactics, malicious commentaries and articles, especially on social media. Let us reject propaganda that incites hate, violence, and disunity. Instead, let us champion a culture of dialogue, respect, and solidarity.
While acknowledging the political parties that have partnered with the NPP, President Barrow renewed his commitment and determination to deliver equal development across all sectors, which he said is one of the key expectations from his party's landslide victory in 2021, where it pulled 53% of the votes.
We are interested with the people's dreams and aspirations. So, we draw inspiration from them and roughly stand undeterred, bound together by duty, strengthened by our singleness of purpose, and resolute in our commitment to serving the nation with excellence.
Dembo Baifos Bojang, the national president of the NPP, expressed gratitude to Gambians for placing their trust in President Barrow's leadership while declaring President Barrow as their candidate for 2026. Keba Madi Bojang, National Youth President, and Maimuna Balde, National Women's Mobilizer, respectively, preached unity and respect for the party's chain of command to strengthen its foundation and expand its support base. Delegates received and considered the party's activity and financial reports presented by Administrative Secretary Sidi Sise and Financial Secretary Lamin Saidi. 2 resolutions on empowering the party leader to fill vacant positions in the party and for the party leader to set up a dispute resolution and cohesion committee were equally moved and adopted. Impressed by what he described as a successful Congress, Sidi S.K. Njai, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly and the party's Deputy Spokesperson, said the importance of the 2 resolutions.
You remember our party's elective Congress is after every 4 years. And during the period, a lot of things happen and a lot of things can happen. We have, of course, lost some members who have died, and we pray that Allah grant them Jannah. And we have others also have been reassigned or travel. So in event that you have those things, you cannot wait for Congress to fill them. So Congress will empower the Secretary General and party leader in the event of those occurrences. For whatever reason, then the Secretary General party leader for and on behalf of the party can fill those positions on behalf of everybody so that to keep those various dockets ongoing.
Delegates departed the Congress to their respective regions with renewed confidence and determination to secure another landslide victory in 2026. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, the World Bank Country Office on Monday began 1 week's environmental and social training for personnel of project implementation units of all World Bank-supported projects in the Gambia. As we hear in this report by QTV Ansmana Esonyasi, the training is expected to expose participants to sustainable implementation of the bank's finance development projects.
With the World Bank intensifying its support to the Gambia through social projects, with as many as 15 currently being implemented, stakeholders drawn from project implementation units of various government agencies are being trained with a view to enhancing their understanding of the bank's latest environmental and social framework. The training is also expected to equip project implementation staff with the requisite technical skills to navigate challenges often faced in implementing environmental and social measures, particularly during execution, thereby ensuring timely and sustainable implementation of social and environmental inclusive projects. Mata Ture, acting representative of the World Bank Country Office, reminds participants of the significant role they play in ensuring the effective implementation of the bank's environmental and social measures, which largely depends on their competencies and the strength of national environmental and social risk management systems. He also used the occasion to reiterate the bank's commitment to supporting the country's national, social and environmental endeavors.
This approach recognizes that development interventions can have both positive and negative impacts on the natural environment and communities involved. In the Gambia, taking these environmental and social aspects into account in the implementation of World Bank projects is absolutely crucial given the size of our portfolio. Today, the World Bank's portfolio in the Gambia has 15 projects, including regional projects covering diverse sectors of the economy, accounting for over $500 million US.
Maria Mandau, Director of the Central Project Coordinating Unit, underscored the significance of the training and how World Bank-sponsored projects implemented by well-trained personnel can help mitigate environmental impact in less privileged communities, thereby enhancing their livelihoods.
The EFS set the World Bank's requirement for borrowers, including the 10 environmental and social development standards that guides the assessment and management of environmental and social risks and impact. This training is not only timely, but it aligns perfectly with the priorities of the National Development Plan of the Gambia, called URUA. It underscores our commitment to upholding the highest standard of environmental management and safeguarding in accordance with our national laws, policies, and regulations.
Addressing participants earlier, World Bank Senior Social Development Specialist Lucien Mbapo said the training presents an opportunity to enhance participants' understanding of the impact of the various projects and important issues such as reporting and handling incident, child labor, hygiene, health and safety, complaint management, gender-based violence, as well as integrating social and environmental sustainability into the design and implementation of its finance projects, among others. The World Bank's environmental and social framework has been a key component of all World Bank projects in the Gambia since October 2018, with a view to strengthening environmental and social protections and to help promote inclusive and resilient development. Answane Nyasi for KTV News.
The report there will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have more local business as well as sports news stories for you. Do stay with us.
fii mooy fan fii mooy Inessa di place bi nga xam ne moom la ñëpp taaw place bi bépp xeetu ataaya bu baax rek bu dugg see ci dëkk bi xamal ne fii rek la am bara wërga bi neex na lool saf na ba pare tamit nag am gu bu neex boo ko naanee rek da ngay kontaan ci saas añ ba suur ba gëreesal li nga lekk jëndal bara ataaya bi ndax moom la ñëpp taamu gis nga sama client bi ataaya bu neex bu ne moom laa koy njëkk a jox ndax moom kat ataaya bu neex rek lay wër bara wërga bi mooy wërga bi gën te moo gën a saf kon nag ràññee leen ko bu baax kon daw leen gaaw ca Banjul foofu ca Inessa di place bi nga xam ni foofu rek nga ko mën a amee wholesale wala retail mu ngi foofu ci boori court house bi foofu ca Banjul wala nga daw ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique fépp foo dugg rek di nga mën a am baara warga bii nga xam ne moom la ñëpp di wër tey baara warga moo dàq ci warga yi man maa ngi ci moom ndax su ma maree ataaya moom rek lay naan.
Browse Bitus. QCell brings you a promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25 Cs. Yes! Recharge $25 Cs and enjoy the convenience of free internet from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day with our Browse with Us promo. With this amazing offer, you can browse, stream, and download all your favorite movies for free. So why wait? Recharge $25 C today and enjoy free internet only with QCell between 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Bus, we innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News, and now to the rest of our stories. As the 8th edition of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival looms nearer, we hear from the festival organizers on the pre-preparations. QTV's Lolly M. Kamara is in Janjambure and filed this report.
The Kankurang Festival is scheduled to take place from the 24th through the 26th of January 2025. Ahead of the event, the organizing team has been hard at work ensuring that everything is in place, including the installation of street lights. Shortly after alighting from the bus, I caught up with the team and spoke to Muhammad Saidikan, the president of the festival committee. He says they are focused on ensuring that Janjambure is fully prepared for the expected influx of visitors.
Today we are installing 10 solar lights within the street of Janjambure. This is fully funded by the International Trade Center. This is part of our efforts. to make sure that when guests are coming into Janjanbureh, they are welcome in a way that there is very good visibility, and then there is a clear road wherever people are going. Most importantly, roads accessing the festival ground, that's the answer, and then also roads accessing to the football field where we are going to do the musical concert. This is important to us. That is why we are embarking on this activity today.
The 3 days of activity will bring together people from diverse backgrounds from across the country and beyond. Mohammed Lamin Sadikan again states that in the coming days, they will be rolling out more activities to get the town ready.
We started the pre-festival activities today. The engagements also continue with the community, the sensitizations, and then on Wednesday we're gonna do the community-wide cleansing exercise to make sure Janjanbureh is spotless before Thursday when the guests will start arriving in the community. So we are excited, and then we are ready to host yet another very important, very exciting, memorable, unforgettable Kankuran festival. And then, yes, this is what Janjanbureh is known for: hospitality, socialize with our guests, and then making sure that whatever activity we are organizing, whosoever is coming, the person will have unforgettable memories in Janjanbureh.
This year's Kankurang and Masquerade Festival will feature new and exciting events. With just days to go until the festivities begin, the final touches are being added to ensure that the 8th edition of the Janjanbureh Kankurang Festival is a memorable event for all involved. Reporting for QTV News from Janjanbureh, I am Lolly M. Kamara.
The report there by Lolly M. Kamara will take us to business news. Now, more than 300 textile pieces were given to women at the inauguration of Danso Textile Shop in Birkama on Sunday. Momodo Gajaga was at the inauguration, and he now reports.
A Danso Textile Shop opened its doors to customers in Birkama and the nearby communities. Mohammed Danso, the proprietor of Danso Textile, tells us why he opened a branch in Birkama.
I opened this shop in Birkama because my customers demanded it. They come from far places like Gunjur and neighboring communities. I have been in the textile business since 2014 along the road before opening a shop in Serekunda.
In any business, quality of service and products are what attracts customers. Mr. Danso says he sells high-quality textile, the Jesna, which comes in different qualities.
Example, especially
there are different varieties of Jesna, but there is only one high-quality one, which is made in Australia. That's the type you are seeing at the moment. I am currently wearing that, as are my brothers. My sincere thanks goes to my customers who have been buying my textile.
Abdullah Fatajo, one of the sellers at the new Danso Textile Shop in Birkama, says customer satisfaction is their priority as a business.
Customers come to our shop because we offer them quality products. We cannot pay them. We can only say thank you.
Yaya Jata, a Birkama native, had a message for residents of Birkama and others.
If you need good quality textile, Danso Textile Shop in Birkama is the place to go. Let's patronize him for his business to thrive. If you're looking for textile and you're worried about a place to buy clothes for those special occasions, Danso Textile Shop is the right place to go to.
The more than 300 pieces of textile, which we're giving away to women who lined up to get a glimpse of the beauty and high-quality textile offered by the business, were gratefully accepted by the recipients. Mumudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Congratulations to Danso Textile. The report there takes us to sports news. Football remains by far the Gambia's most popular sport. However, in the North Bank region, the state of football pitches continues to be a concern for both coaches and players alike. With training grounds in poor conditions, athletes face significant challenges in their development and preparation. Don Williams did some investigation into this, and this is his report.
The lack of quality pitches is a barrier to the region's footballing potential, with calls now going louder for immediate action to address the situation. Both coaches and players are calling for urgent support and investment to improve these facilities, which they believe are crucial for nurturing talents and fostering the growth of the sport in the region. At the Esau football field in the North Bank region, we spoke to Abdullah Dafi, head coach of Stallion Wheels Football Academy.
It is never easy. We used to encounter a lot of challenges here because as you can see, the boys always wanted to play football, but there's no correct pitch here. They are training on the sun, and it is never easy playing on the sun here every day. I am urging for the, all the philanthropists and the area council to at least pay attention to these pitches, because we have a lot of, talented ballers who are ready to fulfill their dreams through football, and that cannot be done without investing in football, especially in NBR here. In the whole North Bank here, we are not having any proper pitch here.
Most of the players in the region train in this field. Ismaila Sonko, the head coach of Esau United, explained the reasons for playing all home games out of Esau.
All the provinces teams, who are taking part in the first and second divisions, their home game should be in Jarasoma. That is you have to travel all the way to LRR, from NBR to LRR, which is very challenging, to be honest. Yeah.
And he appealed to the authorities.
They really have to involve 100%. Football cannot go without the stakeholders. They really have to come on board. Like I said, we really need good infrastructure. Like we need a standard park. It's not what we are all paying is NBR to produce more division team in the first and second division. But without having good standard park, anytime you qualify, you have to go out and then play your home games. So obviously the authorities, they really need to come on board and then try to help to build good parks. Let them have collaboration with other stakeholders for them to help us with good parks.
In Farafeni, Ibrahim Asisi, a member of Rabas FC technical staff, gives his thoughts on the prospect for a good pitch in Farafeni in 2025.
As we can say, we heard about the rumor, but we really want a pitch here, because as you can see, even yesterday, the ground did not. Even today, the ground did not support the ground did not support the play. That's why even players scared to start, even players scared to play some touches and movements. And we really need a ground here. We really need a ground. But when there was a ground here today, then we would have seen different performance and different football, I can say. Okay.
For many aspiring young athletes, the inability to access suitable pitches means missed opportunities for growth and improvement, while seasoned players are forced to adapt to substandard conditions. As the calls for action grow louder, the football community is urging local authorities, stakeholders, and sponsors to prioritize the development of these essential facilities. With proper investment in pitch upgrades, the North Bank region has the potential to become a powerhouse for football in the country, offering players the platform they need to excel and reach their full potential. Don Williams, QTV News, North Bank region.
That report there brings us to the end of this news bulletin, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Veteran politician Kalilu Singate, the last surviving member of the Gambia delegation at the 1961 Constitutional Conference at Lancaster House, died at the weekend and was laid to rest following a state funeral on Monday. And at the weekend, the ruling National People's Party held its IEC-mandated biennial Congress at its party's regional bureau in Jarasoma Lower River region. The World Bank Country Office on Monday began one week's environmental and social training for personnel of project implementation units of all World Bank-supported projects in the Gambia. And as the 8th edition of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival looms nearer, we hear from the festival organizers on the pre-preparations. In sports news, football remains by far the Gambia's most popular sport. However, in the North Bank region, the state of football pitches continues to be a concern for both coaches and players alike. That is all we have for you in this edition of the Bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thank you for watching.